In this video, I'm telling you everything you need to know about hearing aid repair warranties and loss and damage insurance. Coming up. Hi guys, Cliff Olson, Doctor of Audiology and founder of Applied Hearing Solutions in Phoenix, Arizona. And on this channel, I cover a bunch of hearing-related information to help make you a better informed consumer. So if you're into that, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And don't forget to click the bell to receive a notification every time I post a new video. When purchasing a new set of hearing aids, usually the last two things that you even talk about are the repair warranty and the loss and damage insurance on your new devices. So I wanted to cover some things that you should know about these different types of coverage and give you some tips that may save you some money down the road. First, let's talk about repair warranties. Hearing aid repair warranties are basically an agreement between you, the hearing aid owner, and the hearing aid manufacturer, and it will cover any kind of defect with those devices and even routine malfunctions that happen with them over the course of a warranty period. The standard length of a warranty usually depends on the technology level that you pursue. So if you're in a top tier technology, you'll usually get around a 3-year warranty. If you drop down to a second tier, you usually get 2. And if you go third tier or below, you usually get only 1 year of warranty. Again, this warranty is between you with the devices and your hearing aid manufacturer, not your hearing care provider. So if your hearing devices come with a 3-year warranty from the manufacturer, your hearing care professional has to honor that. Side note here, if you purchase hearing devices online, like on eBay or from an online hearing aid store, usually it voids the warranty, meaning the hearing aid manufacturer, if they find out that it was purchased online, and they usually have ways that they can tell, then they void the warranty entirely. So never trust the warranty that you see on an online website. As far as how repair warranties work, if you were to take your hearing aids on a jog and you were to sweat on them profusely to the point where they stopped working, you would take those hearing devices into your hearing care professional, and if they couldn't fix the problem, they could send those devices back to the hearing aid manufacturer if they're under warranty, and the hearing aid manufacturer would either repair or replace those devices and send them back to your hearing care professional for them to reprogram and get back to you. If a hearing aid component fails, like a receiver wire, that is something that you can oftentimes go into your hearing care professional, they can switch out the wire or whatever component malfunction and get the devices right back to you. That wire, that product, is also covered under the manufacturer's warranty. Basically, the hearing care professional will call the manufacturer and say, hey, I just changed the receiver on this serial numbered item. Can you send me a replacement? So it's a really easy fix in most cases if you have a malfunction with your hearing aids. It's good to be aware that sometimes a custom hearing aid, like a custom in-the-ear hearing aid, has 2 different types of repair warranty. You have a shell repair warranty, which covers if you crack the shell or break the shell, and it also has an electronic component warranty for anything internal with that hearing device. Finally, you may also have a remake warranty. This covers any type of remake that you would need on your custom devices. So if you lose a ton of weight or you gain a ton of weight and your ear canal size changes, you can actually send those devices into the manufacturer with a new ear mold impression or a new 3D ear scan, and they will remake the shell of that hearing aid and get it back to you. If you're in a warranty with that, that shouldn't cost you anything. Now, it is important to note that when I say that you're in warranty and it doesn't cost you anything when you're in warranty, that doesn't necessarily include your hearing care professional. Again, that is an arrangement between you and the hearing aid manufacturer. So the manufacturer will repair it or replace it for no charge. But the hearing care professional that you go to, they have administrative costs that go along with these types of things. So if you're not in some kind of a service plan that covers this, do not be surprised if you are assessed some kind of a fee to facilitate shipping that device into the manufacturer, getting that device back, programming it, and then dispensing it back to you. Now, the loss and damage insurance will usually mirror the repair warranty. So if you get a 3-year repair warranty, oftentimes you'll also have a 3-year loss and damage insurance policy on your devices, and it is just like an insurance policy, so you'll have a deductible. So there's some amount of money that you will have to pay to file a loss and damage claim in order for the hearing aid manufacturer to send you a new device. The cost of the deductible will depend on the hearing aid manufacturer as well as your hearing care provider, because they have different administrative costs that come into play when filing a loss and damage claim, and ultimately when they get that device back from the manufacturer, they have to reprogram it and get it back to you. You also have to keep in mind that at least with all of the manufacturers that I work with, and I work with a lot of them, that if you lose a hearing aid and file a loss and damage claim, you can't do it again on that same hearing aid. It is a one-time thing. Now, if you happen to find that hearing aid down the road and you're like, holy cow, I found that hearing aid that I lost and I filed a loss and damage claim on, you basically have to keep that hearing aid and return the one that they sent to you. If you return the one that they sent to you, it reinstates in most cases your loss and damage capability, so you can file it again in the future if you need to. Now take that same scenario where you find your hearing aid that you lost and you filed the loss and damage claim on. You can't go and say, oh hey, I've got this other hearing aid, now I've got 2 hearing aids, this is great. That's not really what is going to happen. Now, your hearing care professional, we basically sign these agreements with these hearing aid manufacturers saying that if a patient finds their hearing aid, we are supposed to take that hearing aid away from them, or rather take the device that you got as a loss and damage device and send it back to the manufacturer. So ethically, we can't let you just walk around with both of those hearing devices. On top of that, if we were to send that device in, if it ever needed a repair and the manufacturer got back this hearing device that they were told was lost, they will confiscate that device and not give it back to you. Now, most clinics will give you a trial period with your hearing devices. So whether you paid for them already or whether you're not going to pay for them until after the trial period is over, if you lose your devices inside of that trial period or you damage them beyond the point where they can be repaired, then you basically bought those devices, because if you don't have anything to give back to them, you can't get a refund. Basically what will happen here is that you'll have to file a loss and damage claim. You'll spend an additional amount of money on the deductibles for those hearing aids. You'll get new hearing aids, but you purchased them. If you lose them, if you have nothing to give back, you just got yourself a new set of hearing aids, whether you like it or not. Now, I've been talking a lot about the loss portion of the loss and damage insurance, but the damage side of it is basically just the same as the loss side. Hearing aid manufacturers treat a completely demolished hearing aid exactly the same way that they would treat a lost hearing aid. So what happens when your repair warranty and your loss and damage warranty expire? Well, you have a couple of options here. You could either not renew them, or you could renew them. If you choose to renew them, it can cost you anywhere from, I don't know, roughly around $180 to $300 per device per year to keep them back in either repair warranty or repair and loss and damage insurance. That being said, if you choose not to renew the warranty, this might not be a bad idea if you're someone who doesn't lose your hearing aids very often, and your hearing aids don't need to go in for repair very often. And the reason I say this is because if you know that your hearing aids aren't going to need to be repaired based on your track record of those devices, then it may not make sense to actually spend that extra money on the warranty. On top of that, if you actually have a malfunction inside of a hearing aid and you are not in warranty, you can still send it to the hearing aid manufacturer and they will fix it for you, but they will charge you for that, and the clinic will usually charge you for that as well, because again, they have administrative costs when it comes to this type of thing. If you spend, I don't know, $400 up to $500 for an actual repair of your hearing devices, they usually come with a 6 or 12-month warranty tacked on top of it as well. Again, the cost of these can be different based on the hearing aid manufacturer and based on the cost of the clinic that you go to. Oftentimes, hearing aid manufacturers will even limit the amount of extensions that you can do for your repair warranty and your loss and damage insurance. Oftentimes, this is around 6 years. So if you purchase premium technology, that top tier technology, and it comes with a 3-year warranty, you can extend that warranty year over year for 3 more years on top of that, so 6 total years. However, you also have another option, which is a third-party insurance company like ESCO, E-S-C-O, and they will insure your devices and give you a repair warranty. You just basically pay them for that warranty extension. Now, the other thing to keep in mind here is that let's say that you did lose your devices at some point in the past and you can't actually get that loss and damage insurance again through the manufacturer because it is a one-time only thing. You can actually get loss and damage insurance extension from a company like Esco. It's also a good idea to contact your insurance agent if you own a home, because oftentimes you can add your hearing devices on a rider for your homeowner's policy. So if you lose your devices, you can actually file a claim with your homeowner's insurance to get a new set of devices. Again, it may not be a bad idea once your warranty expires to just not extend it. And same thing with the loss and damage insurance as well. If you're the type of person who never loses your devices because they're either always in your ears or in your charger or on your nightstand, then you might not need loss and damage insurance. In terms of repair warranty, if you're taking your devices into your hearing care professional to have them do preventative maintenance on them, 2 to 4 times a year, and you're doing all the proper maintenance at home, and you're getting your devices dehydrated at home and professionally dehydrated at your hearing care professional's office, then there's a solid chance that you're not really going to see the benefit of paying for an extended warranty. You can basically just warranty yourself. If something happens, it will probably happen at some point in the future, no matter how good you take care of your devices. But you can limit how often that happens by being very preventative with your hearing aids. At the end of the day, your repair warranty and your loss and damage insurance should be reviewed with you by your hearing care professional or at least someone on their staff. You should get the dates in writing, the expiration dates in writing. You should also know exactly what your deductible would be if you lost a device or you damaged it beyond repair. And you should know exactly how much it should cost for extending that warranty each year after the warranty expires. And you should know what that cap limit is in terms of how many times you can extend that warranty. Alright, hopefully this video has helped you understand hearing aid repair warranties and loss and damage insurance a little bit better, so just in case you need to use your coverage in the future, you have an idea of what to expect. That's it for this video. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section below. If you like the video, please share it. If you want to see other videos just like this one, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Also, feel free to check out my website, drcliffaud.com.